Hi, katzcradul here. I have talked to you before about freeze-dried sausage crumbles, but I want to talk to you a little bit again about them today because of something interesting that I learned. I first ordered freeze-dried sausage crumbles just to add some variety to my long-term food storage. But one time when I was going to make a recipe and needed some fresh pork sausage, I didn't have any, and I remembered that I had the freeze-dried sausage crumbles in my food storage and thought, well, this is a perfect time to try them out. So I opened the big number 10 can, and there was a lot of sausage crumbles in there, certainly more than I would need in several months. So I took out what I thought I would need for that night, and then I vacuum sealed the rest into canning jars. I did as the instructions told me to and poured boiling water over the sausage crumbles and let them rehydrate, and then used them in my recipe. Before I tell you how they were in the recipe, I tasted them as they came out of the can, just as I opened it, because they're completely cooked. And they were delicious. They were crunchy and not hard like you would expect, very, very light. And that's the nature of freeze-dried foods. Generally, they dry very light. And they were delicious. You could just eat them just like that. But when I rehydrated them and put them in my recipe, they rehydrated exactly like sausage crumbles I would have cooked, except I didn't have any grease to deal with. And I found myriad uses for the sausage crumbles. You can use them as topping for pizza. You can mix them in breakfast casseroles. You can combine them with your own baking mix that's similar to Bisquick with some cheddar cheese, tiny little bit of grated onion, make a delicious breakfast roll or breakfast biscuit. There's just so many things you can use them for. Mix it with a little bit of pasta and some fresh vegetables for supper. So simple. So you can imagine how glad I was when I received my Emergency Essentials monthly catalog today. And I always go to the inside back cover because that's where they list the group specials, the group buys for the month. And what the group buys are really is, I think what they're hoping is that people will get together and place an order for a case of this or a case of that. But usually the group buys are so good that if they're requiring 6 be bought to get that price, then I have no problem doing it. And I had every intention of meeting the requirement here, which is 6 cans of these freeze-dried sausage crumbles in order to get the sale price of $24. Now don't look at all the handwriting there. I'll tell you what that means in a minute. But their regular price is $39.95, and they were offering it for $24, which is 40% off. So I was really excited about that, and I was all ready to order. And I thought, you know what, I better go look at the website and get some more information, because the only thing it really told me here was that, it was good for things I already knew it was good for, and that it contained 28 ounces, but it didn't tell me if there was anything else in the sausage crumbles. So I went to their website, and this is what I saw, just the can. It didn't even have the ounces listed there, nor the ingredients. So I got on the phone and called and spoke to their customer service representative, and I told her I'd got the ad and that it didn't have enough information. She said, well, if you go to our website, it'll have all the information there. I said, I've already been to your website and the information isn't there. And she didn't believe me, and she went to go look for herself, and she got back on the phone and said she'd contacted IT and told them that they'd messed up, that they needed to fill in the rest of the information there. And so I asked her if she could please tell me what was in the sausage crumbles, and she put me on hold again, and she went to go get a can of it and came back. And in all honesty, she couldn't pronounce most of the ingredients on there, which, they probably should get somebody who can do that. But she said it contained what I suspected: pork, salt, spices, sugar. And then she continued on with guar gum, natural flavorings, which can mean anything, yeast extracts, autolyzed yeast, which is very similar to MSG, sodium isocyanate, and then some other things which I really couldn't understand what she was saying. So lots of other things. And the last thing she said was there was some potato starch in there. So that's filler to me. And I thought, well, let me go look at who I usually order from, which is Honeyville Grain, which, I'm starting to love them more and more. And I went to find their freeze-dried sausage crumbles, which are made by Rancher's Cut, and the only thing that was in there is pork, salt, spices, sugar, and sodium phosphate, which is a little preservative in it. That's it. Not all the other things that I can't pronounce. So even though it's a little more expensive to buy from Honeyville, now it's not any more expensive than Emergency Essentials regular price. It's actually less. I'm going to stick with them because I trust them. They've proven over and over again that they're trying to deliver a product with the least amount of preservatives possible. They're staying away from GMOs, and I'm so happy about that. So you've got to really look and check and compare and ask all the important questions, because I would have made a real mistake had I ordered a case of this sausage from Emergency Essentials, because in my mind, based on what they've included in it, it does not compare to the Honeyville product. I'll post a link to Honeyville below so that if you would like to get some of these freeze-dried sausage crumbles, you can. I don't work for them. They don't pay me. They don't send me any free product. This is just my opinion. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Cat's Cradle.